Welcome back to Let's Play Gran Turismo 4, Part 3, where we tackle the IB license tests, and two tests in particular that are my absolute least favorite part about this game. Even worse than Mission 34, in my opinion. You'll see what I'm talking about here in a bit. But yeah, so this one was actually filmed a few days ago. I've actually been on a recording spree before I get around to editing some videos, just so I could get the licenses out of the way. So some of these I kind of remember, some of them I don't. But this test, or this license, I should say, took a little over 3 hours to do. It's gradually getting more difficult, gradually taking longer. But yeah. It gets worse later on, though, trust me. So, yeah, that first test was like nothing really too difficult, just late apexing it on or braking while turning, actually, on the first turn of Tsukuba. Here we are at the Nürburgring in yet another Mercedes. I don't get why Gran Turismo in general likes to circle jerk Mercedes with the Nürburgring pretty much in every fucking game ever since GT4. So yeah, another Mercedes, another car that doesn't like to turn, and you're on the Nürburgring on one of the toughest corners on the track. But you have to slow down quite a bit to actually make it around it. Here we are on Spoon Corner at Tsukuba. At least it's not the S's, but we get to those later on anyways. So Honda Accord assists, understeer, front wheel drive, fucking gnat flying in my face. This one wasn't too difficult. Only took me a few attempts. Pretty much just have to slow down a little bit more for the second turn. Late apex it. Get on the gas early. And you won't be spending too much time on it. Here's my favorite section at Deep Forest Raceway, which is the tunnels and then the part of the track that has the stuff and things in it. Yeah, I don't fucking know. So this section of the track is a little bit fast, but you're in Audi, so it's quite heavy. I don't know if it's actually all-wheel drive or not, but you have to take this section a little bit fast, just play with the throttle a little bit. Straighten out your steering. And there you go. I can tell already this whole commentary is gonna suck ass for this video because, like I said, it's been a couple days. But hey, we're almost done with the licenses in the next couple videos, so we're actually gonna be moving on to live commentary for the races. So hopefully the content will be a little bit better by that point. So here we are on Citta, yes, Citta di Aria. Probably the track I'm going to be spending the most time on for money grinding sake, because of one event in particular where you could money grind the living shit out of it. Until you get to a certain championship series, that is. This one wasn't too bad. I think you're in a Peugeot. I fucking forgot what car you're in, but whatever. Quite understeery. One section in particular on this track is really easy to lose control. Actually, two spots on the track. One is the upper section of the track. One of the faster sections as well, but it's pretty much in any car you're likely to lose control of it, so you kind of just gotta take it steady through it, which we're approaching that section on the track right now. But this test wasn't too difficult. It only took me like a couple attempts to learn how the car handled and everything. And there's also a certain section where the pace car is going to get in your way. So this is a section where you can easily lose control of the car. So I just try to take it steady through it. Just try to keep the car under control. This turn in particular, you could cheat it by just riding the wall. In the money grinding event, you won't get penalized But in this test in particular, if you pass the pace car, if you hit it, then you'll get failed for it, so kind of can't do it anyways. And if you do, well, you probably just fucking suck. But that's the part where you can hit the pace car if you don't slow down enough, like preemptively for it. I've actually ran into the pace car a few times, and on that that elevation change, as soon as you hit the bottom, your car is likely to like go all over the place too, so you can lose control of your car as well. Here's the tightest section of the track and the slowest. Back-to-back hairpins. Back-to-back-to-back hairpins, I should say. It's just the second two are a lot tighter. And, yeah, you just fucking turn and get on the gas. Simple, really. This one wasn't too bad. Then again, I know this track pretty well. Just don't know front-wheel drive soccer mom. No, well, they're not really soccer mom cars. They're like college student cars or some shit. I don't know. Fucking cone slalom. My least favorite thing in this game. There's like, I can't even explain with words how much I fucking despise this test. This took me about a solid hour and a half to gold this. It's really fucking hard and really fucking rage-inducing, but thank God it's over. Psych. Yeah, there's two of them. This time, it's without assists. Woo. The assists never even were needed in the first one, but they decided, hey, let's put them through the same exact torture, except this time let's make them control the wheel spin off the start. Yeah. This is torture. I'm not even exaggerating, it's torture. So, about 2 hours were spent trying to do those two tests alone. Wasn't fun. Fucking cones. Just fucking cones. Here we are on New York, which is a new track. Lots of 90-degree turns in this track. Pretty much every turn besides the fucking roundabout. This one wasn't too bad. I beat it by a solid amount. And this is a Chrysler Crossfire we're driving, by the way. No assists on it. And pretty much the last section is you have to do it a specific way. Just constantly set yourself up for the next turn and then get a good exit on the last one. Came really close to hitting the corner right there, but pretty good. Beat it by almost a full second, so there's a good buffer in there somewhere for error. And here in the coffee break, I actually get my revenge on those goddamn cones. Little bastards. So, same thing as the last coffee break, except this time you're doing it in the reverse order, and you're driving a TVR Griffin. Not really a fan of this thing. It kind of gave me a lot of headache as an AI car in Gran Turismo 3. This fucker was really fast for AI, but yeah, you just gotta gradually slow down, gradually give it more steering as you go along. Try not to get the car to go loose on you, because it likes to wheel spin a lot for some reason. And I beat it by a solid amount, even though it took a few tries to get the technique down. Here we are back at my... Is this the first test at Citta di Aria? Not Citta di Aria. Costa di... Yeah, it is Citta di Aria. I keep getting this track and the name of Amalfi mixed up for some reason. I don't even know if I got the name right in the fucking... The other one, that guide run that was earlier. Fuck me, I suck at this shit. But yeah, my favorite track, and my favorite section of the track, you just gotta take it quick. Keep control of the car. Do the last section almost flat out, and yeah, just don't hit the wall too hard. This one was easily the hardest and most challenging one-lap guide run yet. You're in an MG thing, I don't know what the fuck this car is called, but it's weird, to say the least. It's actually mid-engine, and this thing will get loose on you a lot. And you'll probably see that here in this video. Getting loose right there, even though I took it as easy as I probably could. Get it real loose right here. Lose quite a bit of time because of that as well. And this is also a new track, Hong Kong, which this is probably one of my least favorite tracks on this game. I don't know what it is I don't like about it. I guess it's just too slow in some sections, or I don't know. But yeah, not particularly a fan of this track. Nor am I a fan of this car in the slightest. It has assists on, but the thing will still slide out on you all the time. That hairpin really sucked. Really slow. I always take that hairpin really slow for some reason. Not particularly good at it. Could have cut the corner there a little bit more. At this point, I'm thinking, well, fuck. This run's already just about as bad as my last one. But you see, I get loose right there again. This thing gets loose on you more often than the RX-7 in the National A license graduation test. Pretty much in every corner, you're going to see me doing somewhat of a correction. But I think the reason why I actually passed this one is because I got that last turn a lot better than my previous attempt. And finally managed to get off this one. I was stuck on it for like 20 to 30 minutes or something. Just the car itself is really hard to control. So first dirt test for this license. And you're in an Evo 8, I believe. I don't think the Evo 9... Yeah, the Evo 9 was out when this game came out, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Doesn't fucking matter. Evo 8, Evo 9, same shit. Different number. Just try to stick to the inside. Especially, like, don't go too wide on that last turn, because there is an invisible barrier to the left. Which this track is completely filled with them. This game has a weird fetish with invisible barriers on some tracks. Grand Canyon, El Capitan, some others I can't think of off the top of my head. Here we are at the Ice Arena, which is another... well, not only is it a new track, it's also a new rally type with snow. I can't remember if I did a snow test in the previous licenses or not. But same story here, just... take it slow and steady on the snow tracks. Keep it on the inside, full out, smack the wall on your way, whatever. And yeah. Snow tracks are a little bit more difficult than the dirt ones, I've noticed. Back on El Capitan, in a Ford Focus RS. I've never understood the whole Focus craze, like, ever. Not in the game or in real life. Don't particularly find them really appealing in any sort of way. So this section in particular, you see I cut the shit out of the grass right there, but it's pretty much what you have to do to keep your speed up, and then just let off the throttle slightly on the last turn so you don't go into the grass on the outside. And yeah. This one wasn't too hard. I have a love-hate relationship with El Capitan. Sometimes I love it, sometimes I hate it. Depends on the car you're driving, and depends on if it's a license test or not, because in a license test, it sucks ass. Especially on this one. Another Mercedes. Whoop-de-fucking-do. The circle jerk continues with Gran Turismo, Polyphony, and Mercedes. They fucking love Mercedes for some reason. This section is easily the hardest part on the track because you lose pretty much all your grip going through the air right there, and you kind of just got to keep the car straight and steady and hope to fuck that you don't spin out and that you get a good exit and keep your speed up. And that last sweeper is also pretty difficult because it gets tighter and tighter as you go through it, so start out wide and use as much of the road as you can with it, keeping your speed up. Back on Citta di Aria. Hard as fuck to pronounce some of these track names. One, because, well, they're spelled all funny for an American, and two, I'm a fucking retard. So we got a one fuck me and the shit commentary. We got a 1-lap guide run on this track. That first section is kind of important to get good because you can take that chicane pretty fast, but it's also really common to slow down a little too much for it. And this hairpin is also quite difficult because the car will like to get loose on you, and don't try to turn into it too early because you're still turning after you're done with the hairpin a little bit. And as long as you get a good exit, then you shouldn't lose too much time because you got quite a long straight going down here, which is going to add up. And the pace car, I don't think it gets in your way too much in this track, or on this test, at least. Smack the wall, smack the wall. Could have done that a lot better. Probably lost like quarter to half a second from that alone. Did this section pretty damn good, though. Flat out from this part out. Try not to lose control of your car. Keep it relatively straight going down. And yeah, stay in the slipstream all the way down till you hit that shadow where I braked. Turn in early so you don't smack the wall. Do this hairpin better than I did. Well, that was kind of decent, I guess. And pretty much for now, you're flat out through this section. This course is really tight, and in the events, it's really hard to overtake the opponent. But it's not too bad, and I kind of enjoy the track for that aspect. Slow down a little bit there, but not too much. Don't go into second gear because there's really no point. You're just going to slow yourself down even more. And yeah, time is kind of forgiving as long as you don't make mistakes. Or at least major mistakes. And holy shit, that went fast. We're already on the final test. I thought I still had like another 5 to go or some shit. But yeah, Citta the Aria again. This time you're in a Lotus Esprit. Mid-engine. I believe it's mid-engine, yeah. And I hit the wall there on the fucking hairpin, but it's a pretty fast section. Smack the wall again after I finish. But whatever. And yeah, could be a little bit difficult, but once you learn the technique, it's not that bad. Use the elevation change to your advantage whenever you're braking, and you're pretty good. So now we have the license, and it's prize car time. Prize car time, yay! Ah, this thing. 2022 model. Why didn't I see this at SEMA? Oh well. For all silvers, RX-8 concept. Not that cool, but it might be useful in some races. Who knows? And for all gold, we get the Jensen Interceptor. Damn. That actually looks kind of cool. Probably weighs like a fuck ton. But it's cool. Nice. It looked like one of these were bronze for a second, but it's not. So, in the next episode... I have been dreading this, especially this specific test right here. Not excited about it. But hey, it needs to be done, and as soon as all the licenses are done, we can get started on actual races. So yeah. Also, the emulator is kind of running funny, especially these past few days. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode. Stay tuned for the next one where we tackle the International A license. I am not going to have a good time. Believe me.